What's up, my good people, and welcome back in to the Bully Ball Show on Sparks TV. I'm your host, Nino Sparks Sedan, aka the Mid Range Bully. Now, quick video for you today. We're at that point of the season where I give you my predictions. And today I want to break down the play-in tournament, who I think is going to win the play-in tournament for the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference. So I'm going to try to keep things short and simple. Let y'all jump in the comments and let me know what y'all think. But as always, before we get started, if it's your first time tapping in, or maybe you tapped in before, go ahead, tap that like, tap that subscribe, tap that notification bell, stay tapped in. Let's get it. So, here we go. The play-in is basically here, and like I said in my last video, the league needs the Warriors and the Lakers in the play-in tournament because it's much CTV. That goes a lot better than it being maybe like the Jazz, the Pelicans, the Spurs, and Portland Trailblazers. Nobody will watch that. But you're definitely going to want to watch if you got Steph Curry and LeBron in the play-in tournament, along with the Kings and, I think the Mavericks, if I'm not mistaken. So, with that being said, I'm taking the home team, my Los Angeles Lakers, to win the play-in tournament, who currently sit at 9 in the Western Conference, which means they will match up against the Warriors in the first round of the play-in. I was about to say the playoffs, the first round of the play-in tournament, which I'm obviously going to favor my team over the Warriors. I just think we got their number, especially now when it comes to, maybe not so much in the regular season, but when it comes time for the playoffs, they just don't got enough size. Pause. They don't got enough to deal with LeBron. They don't got no one to guard LeBron. They definitely don't got nobody to guard Anthony Davis. Maybe at one point in time Draymond could have took on that role, but it's not two Draymonds out there. Maybe Andrew Wiggins should be that guy to guard LeBron, but he's not been able to do that at no point in his career. So with that being said, I think it will be a gentleman's sweep, which would put the Lakers at I think it's 7 if I do believe, or no, which would make the Lakers have to potentially face the Kings or the Mavericks in the second round of the play-in tournament, which I believe the Mavericks will get over the Kings. They just got, like I just said, they wouldn't have enough to deal with Luka and Kyrie. And now with that team adding the size that they did with PJ Washington and those guys, I just think they would be a little bit too much. When Sacramento, I think they're one or two guys away from being a top contender. Right now you got Sabonis, you got De'Aaron Fox, and you got some good role players. I just think they need to upgrade from Harrison Barnes, as not in the sense to get rid of him, but just they need to upgrade as far as a third option on the score. And maybe Keegan Murray will be that guy next season. I just don't think he's there yet. But for that reason, I like the Mavs over the Kings. I just wanted to break that down because I didn't want to seem like I'm shitting on the Kings, because I like the Kings. But that will put my Lakers up against Luka and Kyrie in that second round of the playoffs, which I like our chances in that. And that will put LeBron, we would face the Thunder potentially, or because they're currently two. So I don't have the screen in front of me right now, so I'm just spitballing. But that will put the Lakers against the Thunder in the first round of the playoffs. Like I said in my last video, that's right where we want to be. That's just what the doctor ordered. Because if you're the Lakers, the whole thing, you want the easiest pathway back to the Western Conference Finals. And sitting at where we sit right now is that perfect pathway. Which brings me to my next point. Do not be surprised if you see some jockeying for position from 1 to 3. 1 to 3. You got the T-Wolves at 1, you got the Thunder currently at 2, and then you got the Nuggets right at 3. Do not be surprised if the Nuggets rise up, the T-Wolves go down. I haven't checked into the injury on Anthony Edwards. I don't know what's going on with that, if that's significant or not. But even if it wasn't, excuse me, I wouldn't be surprised if you started seeing the T-Wolves sit guys. Maybe not all at once, but it's a knee here, it's a back there. You know, Karl Anthony Towns is sitting out this game, Anthony Edwards is sitting out that game. They're not going to make it obvious to where they sit all three of them, Rudy Gobert, Cat, and Anthony Edwards, all at once, because they don't want to seem like they ducking. And you've been number one basically all season, and you've beaten a lot of these teams that we think are contenders. But it's different in the playoffs. It's different when you got to see guys 4 times in a row, at least 4 times in a row, maybe even 7, depending on who you match up against. Now, as far as like easy pathways go, the last thing you want to do is face LeBron James in the first round or Steph Curry in the first round. Because that means that you're more than likely going to play 5 games in the first round, maybe even 7. Now you got to worry about it. Injuries coming into play, guys picking up early technicals, and how that can be a factor down the lane. You seen what happened with the Warriors and Draymond back in the day, or it seems like back in the day now. So those are things you're going to want to avoid. And you already seen Anthony Edwards, like I just said. I don't know. Maybe y'all let me know in the comment section. I haven't been keeping up with it. You have to excuse me. I don't know if his injury is significant, if he's going to miss a lot of time, you know, or if he's back out there. I could be wrong, you know, but that's the shit that you want to avoid. You seen what happened to the T-Wolves last season. Jaden McDaniels goes down, Naz Reid, you know, so you want the easier pathway. So maybe slip into 2 or slip into 3, you know, because if you're the Nuggets, you just won the championship. You'll face whoever you got to face. But if you're a team like the Thunder or you're a team like the T-Wolves, you want to make it a little bit easier on your guys. So for that reason, don't be surprised if you see some jockeying for position, you know, when it comes to trying to figure out who they want to match up against, who they figure they can beat easily, handily in that first round. Because Lord knows, you don't want LeBron in the first round because you're probably going to go home. You don't want Steph Curry in the first round because you're probably going to go home. But if you are the Lakers, hell, right now where it's sitting, that'd be the perfect, you know, outside of having to face Steph Curry and then face Luka in the play-in, but you just beat the Warriors. And Luka still hasn't proven himself as far as winning is concerned. So for that reason, you like where you're sitting. So I'm taking the Lakers in the play-in and, of course, down the road. Which brings me to the Eastern Conference. I'm taking the Miami Heat to not only win the play-in, but to get back to the Eastern Conference Finals and upset the Boston Celtics. And I fucking hope they do it. Because I don't fuck with the Celtics. Because I'm a Laker fan. No disrespect. Y'all having a good season. But it's always going to be smoke on this end. We got 17 of them. So, with that being said, let me lay the table. I think Jimmy Butler has a chokehold on the East, a lot like LeBron did when he was playing in the East. And I think he's about to start showing that. Now, some of y'all might be like, man, you know, you're crazy. The Heat ain't even that good. They currently sit at the 8th seed, which means they would get the Pacers in the first round of the play-in, who I think they will beat. And then they would get the Cavaliers in the first round of the playoffs, who I believe they will beat. And then they will potentially face the Knicks in the second round of the playoffs, who I believe they will beat. No disrespect to the Knicks. I love Jalen Brunson. But I believe Jimmy Butler will beat them. And then I believe he will upset the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. And it'll be the biggest upset of the year, decade, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And there'll be a clear pathway back to the finals for Jimmy Butler. I don't know if he'll win it, depending on who he goes against. But I think he's one of those guys that's going to eventually get over the hump. And I hope he doesn't because I want the Lakers to win. But I think Jimmy Butler is that dude. It's a difference in the play. Playoff Jimmy. If any, we heard a lot of the playoff P, a lot of the playoff Rondos. Playoff Jimmy is for real. And I think he's about to show that again. So for that reason, I'm taking the Miami Heat to win the play-in, and like I just said, to get back to the Eastern Conference Finals and upset the Boston Celtics. You heard it here first. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments section, man. Who do y'all think is taking it in the West as far as the play-in? Who do y'all think is taking it in the East as far as the play-in? And if they get in, where do you think they finish? Is it going to be a one and done? Can the Lakers get back to the conference finals? Can they beat the Nuggets, who I think are going to be there? Hell, it'd be even colder if it was LA versus LA. We just got in their ass again. And for the East, I didn't mention the Bucks because I ain't got no faith in the Bucks. Hell, quiet as it's kept. If Jimmy Butler doesn't do what he did to the Bucks last season, I guarantee you Drew Holiday will still be with the Bucks. But you seen what he did to him. And he's probably going to do it again with the Celtics. Against the Celtics, excuse me. But that's all I got for free. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments section, man. Who do you got? I'll tap back in later. Peace.